Two dudes reviewing the news, pop culture, video games, movies, and shoes. Quincy,
Dude, my brain's
Adam,
just
Justin,
not
with a
fucking coming
nerdy
up with anything good.
forecast.
No matter how hard I
Stay a
try.
while and welcome to the
I'm
Ugly Mugs Podcast.
We're starting it.
Oh, you had no audio then.
Oh, welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast. I'm your host, Justin.
I'm your other host, Quincy. You were gone for a while there. I thought we were still brainstorming. My bad.
Oh, no. Oh, huh. I said I was back, and
Well,
then I was like, I grabbed me one
yeah,
of
you
these.
said you were back, and then we were still kicking around, and then it was just quiet.
Huh.
So
Interesting. Technical
the
issues.
question is, can we be heard on the chat then? Because we've been having that happen a lot.
I'm getting audio waves on my end. I'm seeing our little bobbleheads pop up, which
Yeah,
these
I'm
ones,
pulling it up right now.
yeah, these ones are tied to our actual audio waves, so it
Well,
should
I
be
have
good.
a Domino's ad, so I will see in a second.
Hey,
But no, yeah, you were just gone.
huh?
I heard you come back. Yeah, weird.
Okay.
Well, yeah, there you go. That's how it goes. We can't hear each other every now and then.
Yeah, technological issues. Last week was a little bit of a hiccup, but we fixed it. Uh, I have something special. I didn't know they. Well, I knew they did, but not for very inexpensive. But I did find it for cheap. The Peace Tea Razzleberry in a 12-pack can, so I can have a little
Oh,
bit of sugar and sweetness.
razzle bedazzle.
Mm-hmm. In the smaller cans, it's like they condense down that raspberry flavor like hella hard, but I like it. Mm.
Okay, so you're definitely coming through. I need to see if I'm coming through.
Okay. Do.
Okay, yeah, there we go. I am. Sweet. All right.
Sweet.
Sorry, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
It
Drink any?
might also be that my headset is going through a extender right now, like an extra port thing.
Oh yeah.
The PC's only got 3 ports, so I got to be able to run the damn mouse and keyboard.
Oh yeah. We need to get you a hub.
I bought a little tiny one. That's what this is connected to right now.
Oh.
It's got like secondary power too, so I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah.
We'll confer with it.
As for me, I'm still burning through my cheap coffee, so.
Yum yum. It's hot. Today was like 104,
I
105.
don't even freaking know, and the heat wave technically starts tomorrow.
Let me take a look at the weather. Oh God. Oh whoop.
Oh, sorry. Extreme heat wave warning. The conditions are expected by 10 a.m. So yeah, so it's tomorrow morning.
109, 112, 112, 110, 108, 107, 111, and 109. That is the upcoming days. We are gonna
Mine's
die.
starting. Mine's starting at 106 for today, and 8, 7, 10, 10, 6, 5, 3, 2, 4. But I will be out of town come Friday evening.
Oh, good,
So
good, good, good. You're gonna be avoiding this. I'm just gonna be rotting in this chair, melting, becoming
yeah. In
a
fact, I need to
ooze.
turn my AC down because I'm sitting here freaking dying right now.
I'll kick around a bit with the good old humble bundles while you go and do that.
Oh no,
First,
I can do it from my phone. I'm right here. Yeah, it's 82 in my house.
you can. Hmm. I never knew you could do that with your phone.
I bought a Nest before I
Hmm.
realized Google was ruining them.
Hmm. I love point and click adventure games. It's just I've very seldomly been getting back into them, but this bundle definitely might be a reason to get back into them with the point and click package. $15 for all 10 of these items. I've heard the Siberia games are actually really good storytelling ones. The Agatha Christie Death on the Nile games, sure, fine. Unavowed, I heard is like a very interesting fantasy, like current age fantasy with magic, interesting creature paranormal thing that has a really good narrative. And one that really interests me called Sunday Gold, where you and a bunch of ragtag individuals do a little bit of RPG combat while trying to steal stuff.
Nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, the Siberia ones have popped up a few times on different free grabs, and one of the other Agatha Christie's has, but not the Death on the Nile. So I've seen some of this before.
Mhm. I would probably try out the Agatha Christie firstly, and then maybe Sunday Gold. And this helps out Experience Studios. Experience Studios is a black-led, Oakland-based 501c3 that provides professional entrepreneurs in the video game industry opportunities to become successful and build self-sustaining businesses. Experience is dedicated to serving developers in communities created by BIPOC, LGBTQ, and women in development. And the other one is the Twin Sails Interactive 2026. Now, this game has been on my watch list for a very long while, just because turn-based dungeon crawlers has always been kind of my shtick since like '93. And
Nerd.
yes, and I've been meaning to get it, but it never goes on a really good sale until now. $20 gets all 29 of these items, including the game I'm excited for, Gloomhaven, which is a hex-based, almost like tabletop experience where you have like a very particular set of characters that you can evolve and change and hire different mercenaries to help out your dungeon crawling. There's also solo scenarios for things to be a little bit more difficult because one character in Gloomhaven is really tough. 4 makes it a little bit easier, and 8 apparently makes it apocalyptically hard. It's very different when you add even more characters to it. Ember Knights and Bloomtown I have heard about, but I haven't really dove into. Other games such as Terraforming Mars, Wantless, Terraforming Mars Prelude, and
Pretty sure I played Terraforming Mars.
it's a hex-based like
Yeah,
city builder, and
yeah, like
mm,
SimCity on the Red Planet.
yeah, and I don't think water can water grow on Mars. Can we really terraform it enough to gather
But
water?
technically, water doesn't grow.
Well,
Um,
form from the
they have
Earth.
found like uh evidence of there having been oceans and stuff on Mars, and like that's the water's the biggest thing with space travel because it's fucking heavy. So if we can find it out there, that really extends our space travel stuff. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure about the science on that. Maybe go watch some Cosmos. I'm sure they talk about it.
Mm-hmm. And then Game of Thrones board game. I heard it's fine, but I just not, I'm not a big fan of Game of Thrones. The last season
I have never read
really,
it or watched it.
the last season kind of jabbed me in the liver. However, one tabletop game I have been interested in that would probably do well in video game form, Arkham Horror. I've been in like the last time we went to the uh board game place and I saw this for super cheap. I think I saw the starter kit for like $30 and I was like honestly thinking about it. The only downside is, I was been like, it's just gonna sit there and gather dust, and it bummed me
Yeah,
out a
I've
little
got
bit.
so many board games that I don't play because it's like I don't have like the group. Like I don't have a big enough group.
Yeah, but now that this is digital, rub the chin, and you can play it
See, you
solo.
just cut out completely.
Really? I'm looking at the
It
auto
might be
feed.
on my end because you're still moving on the screen. Everything. It might be on my end.
Copy. Okay. I hope it doesn't do that again. Or I'm gonna check Discord real quick. Yeah, Discord's running green. Hmm.
Gordo.
There's other different types of tabletop style games that the Twin Sails loves to port over, such as Splendor. I've heard Splendor is a really good tabletop game, and it transfers very well into the digital. It has both of their really good DLCs, Strongholds and Cities. And it even has a coupon for the very difficult Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion DLC for 40% off. Um, I might. I mean, it's only $20, and finances are a little bit rough right now. But I may climb out of the window to figure out how to get the Arkham Horror and Gloomhaven. But
The
this
fuck
helps.
do you know about Windows that I don't?
They're easy to climb out of. Have you ever played Resident Evil 4? You can just jump right out of them. This helps out a new, very interesting research foundation called FOXG1 Research Foundation. FOXG1 syndrome is a rare genetic neurodevelopmental disorder caused by a mutation in the FOXG1 gene. FOXG1 gene is one of the first and most important genes for early brain development, and when impaired causes developmental disabilities as well as medical complexities including epilepsy. Less severely affected FOXG1 children often presented with the autism spectrum disorder, as FOXG1 is an autism-related gene. FOXG1 syndrome is found equally among both females and males and is geographically more prevalent where diagnostic testing is more advanced. Whew, a lot of big words there.
You gotta take a bit of a breath.
But there is a lot more Humble Bundles that have popped up for the Humble Bundles 15-year anniversary. Go and check them out. There is a bunch of tabletop ones. There's a bunch of Unreal Assets one. There is yet another freaking tabletop, just overall arcing one. Go and check them out. But time to get into some good news in gaming finally. Today, starting today, there is going to be now Xbox backward compatibility on your PC. So when I first read this, I said, okay, so we're finally going to get some old emulation systems brought over to Windows 11 and the handheld devices. And I was like, okay, but what are we going to be looking at? Apparently, this is now going to this is the start with Blinks the Time Sweeper, Fusion Frenzy, Crimson Skies, and Conquer Live and Reloaded. I'm like, okay, we're starting way early in the Xbox generation, and we're just going to slowly begin to see more and more of the original Xbox, hopefully some Xbox 360 games coming over to the Game Pass PC port.
I'm sure Fable will hit just in time for the new one.
I hope so. Well, I mean, Fable did get a PC port though. That's the other thing.
Never mind.
But I mean, Fable 3 I don't think did. I'm
No.
unsure if Fable 3 did, but
If Fable 3 is the one I think it is, it doesn't deserve it.
it doesn't deserve it either. Fable 1 was good, 2 was great. 3
2 pissed
was
me off.
3 was a little bit of a head scratcher. Like there were some good parts of it, good combat, but I could not follow it to save my life.
Messing with my dog.
Yeah, that too. However, they did say that with these new games that are going to be coming over, it is going to be a lot more improved, such as 4 times resolution upscaling from 720 all the way up to 4K. VSync support, which means now if you're going to be running it in 4K, it's not going to have a lot of screen tearing. Full screen and window display modes, so that way you can do video game races for those who want to do some speed running. Anisotropic filtering for games that want to be a little bit more sharper, some anti-aliasing for just overall graphic quality, and other audio settings featuring even Dolby Atmos, which is a really good audio driver that helps keep 3D spatial reasoning. And I was like, okay, we're finally starting to heal, but there's still a lot of the bad that you had in the background. Hopefully, in the near future, we can continue our improvements. They do showcase what minimum system requirements are needed for these 4 games that you're going to be able to play. Old ass PCs can definitely run it. Which I find I kind of scratch my head at, because it's an i3-8100. That is a
Smaller one, right?
That is like a 9-year-old CPU, and it requires Windows 11. Where I'm like, I don't even know if those CPUs can kind of work with that much RAM with that operating system. But yeah, I was like, okay, it's fine. Then you kind of skip ahead a little bit and go into the i5 10th generation, an AMD Ryzen 5 3600, or even their beginning of their AI chips, the Ryzen AI Z2. And I was like, okay.
So that's one thing I wanted to ask you, because I've been looking at computers.
Mm.
Why do some of them say that AI ready?
So
what does that mean?
It says AI ready as if you are going to build your own manifest of what an AI could run, such as if you were going to do artistry and you had your own specifications for drawing, and you basically said, hey, I could put this to a rig, can you do it quicker? It can basically help out and basically be like, oh, that's a hand, okay, well, we're going to put bones in each of the fingers and help you rig that way. There are some things that it can help out with as far as what an AI could guess to do. However, in saying that, it also is supposed to lean more toward the artificial intelligence portion of physics, such as I'm going to go far back in time, Half-Life, where you had to do a physics-based puzzle and solve it that way. It can kind of begin to learn from physics-based mechanics like that. There are some that do more the graphical things for gaming, etc., like the new 9800X3D that came out in AMD that says they're AI compatible and whatnot, but that leans more toward the gaming aspect, the physics side of the AI. While there are some that do the prior rather than the latter and want to be like, hey, you're building something? Let me help. Let me help. Hmm.
It's just so interesting because I'm seeing it like more and more, and I'm like, but nothing's explaining it. So it's like it's a sales point that they don't give detail on. And it's so weird to me.
Intel does a little bit of the explaining for both their CPU and GPU. When you match them together, they kind of work hand in hand with the, availability of, hey, this does this, but this will help out with this. But I agree with you. They don't fully explain what for a consumer it can do. It'll explain what a developer can do with it. It'll explain what a coder can do with it. It'll explain what a maybe a graphical person who wants to do rigging, who can do art and draw up a huge 3D model, but not have rigging capabilities, will be able to rig with it. Hard to know what else it can do. I'm not too keen on the AI aspect of it. I just went through and deleted all the bloatware off of
Well,
Nova, so I
it's not just not liking AI. It's for me it's the not liking AI, but it's also the ooh, look at this pretty AI. What's it do? Shh.
hmm.
You know?
Yeah. I wish that they would be a little bit more open-handed about teaching people what AI in either CPU, hell, even certain motherboards have AI pressed things that aren't really fully explained unless it's like, oh, hey, it uses AI to help boost speeds from your PCIe areas so that way your SSD runs a little bit faster. I'm putting quotations there. And I'm like, but how does AI help that? If we want PCIe Gen 4 to be as fast as it is, wait, it doesn't need AI to do that. What does AI do to make it faster? Eh. However, I'm glad that these specs are very low end. Like, a lot of PCs can run it. So if you do want to try out the new Xbox backwards compatibility, I am very curious to see what they're going to introduce next. They did mumble through the lines that some Xbox fan requested favorites are going to be coming, as well as PC achievements. And then they said, meh, if this does well, Xbox 360. And I'm like, okay, Xbox 360 was, would you say would be their golden age of Xbox?
See, that's the thing. Is I didn't like the 360 at first. It had to grow on me. So by the time I started to come around to it, it died. We got the red ring.
Hmm. That is fair
You
then.
there?
Yeah, I
Okay.
was just taking a sip.
No, the pause scared me because of the headset. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, I was taking a sip. I
No.
concur. Yeah, mine also red
So
ringed.
yeah. So it was one of those things where it's like I was very upset for a while, and I didn't play it. And then we got it fixed last day of our warranty, and that's kind of where me online gaming and stuff like that really started to blow up. So yeah, there's a lot that really came out that was really good. I give it some pretty high credit, but it had its struggles. So
Hmm. I hope to see
yeah,
some really good classics pop up on the PC. I mean, as we
I
mentioned,
just don't know what there's gonna be that they have licensing like that on.
well, most of their first party, like the ones that they already pulled up with the
Yeah,
rare.
Frenzy and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah, their first party definitely will all be there, so that means we might even see maybe the original Perfect Dark. I'm hoping, knock on wood.
Yeah, and then probably through like rare replay because that's how it's been so far.
Okay, I mean that's fine. Oh wait, I think most of the rare replay is on
Oh
PC.
wait, that's Perfect Dark Zero.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe the original might pop. Well, original was N64, right? My brain don't.
Probably that's. I don't know.
Yeah, I've never played the original. That's the only reason why I'm really confused about it.
I've never played them.
Oh, I like Zero. Zero was very fun. It was the first game I had on my 360. Played the shit out of it. But I am curious to see what more is going to be announced with it. They seem to have slowed down on their Game Pass games. A lot have popped onto cloud that's already available. So I was like, I'm not going to really talk about the games that are already on Game Pass that now just kind of shifted over to the cloud. Nothing new. Nothing new on their.
I do like the cloud gaming for testing a game before committing storage space to it.
That is also a good thing. I can't use it like you can because I'm a guest, I guess is the best way of putting it. But
Yeah, I can see that. I will say it can be rough. It's not a perfect system. It's been in beta pretty much its entire existence. But it is one of those things. If it's working, it's a great way to go. Is this worth waiting for a 60 gig download and giving up 60 gigs on the thing, or
true.
so on and so forth. If it's a 5 gig game, I just fucking download it. Like fucking, I'll try it.
Yeah, concur. I was doing that with Power World. Power World's only like 20 something gigs, but it's a huge freaking map, and I'm like, they know how to condense. And very recently, I think like January, they condensed down Helldivers 2 from 130 something down to 26 gigabytes. And I'm like,
Jeez.
that's how you fucking do it. Like I now have no reason to uninstall Helldivers 2 from my PC ever. It is so now compact. And I also really
Did I
like
send you the
Helldivers 2.
video? The guy that was doing the hard drives, turning them into basically the
The
game.
physical games. Yeah, I
Yeah.
would love to do that. The only downside is I don't really have the room to kind of stack up
Yeah,
those
that was my
games.
thought. Like, I'm like, well, your library is fucking what?
Hmm.
Thousands of games. But no, but he only does it for like the really big ones. So he's doing it for like Cyberpunk and shit like that.
That would be a good idea is to
Yeah,
buy like
and it's
old
just a little
120.
bit of code that he just plugs it in and it knows to launch Steam for him.
I would like to do that. I would like to have physical media come back in that way. Like I
I'm
already
all
own.
about physical media, man. Have been, continue to be.
Yeah, as much as I don't like DVD quality things, I would still prefer to watch the DVD quality of most things that are on streaming services.
That's the
Because
thing. You can't really get like you can get good streaming on streaming services,
yeah,
but like if you own the Blu-ray of something and you're sitting there like, oh, do I watch it on my Blu-ray or do I watch it on Netflix? Watch it on your Blu-ray. It will be better.
yeah. Oh god, yeah. The only downside is
Even
I'm
if
not willing to.
Netflix is like, oh, it's 4K. No. And I mean, and if you have the Ultra HD 4K DVDs, and Netflix is like, ours is 4K. It's not though. Like it is, but it's not.
It's not. Is it? Nah. Uh, but I mean, the only downside is I would have to pull out the PS4 if I want to watch any of my Blu-rays. That's the only downside.
Oh, but you went discless on the Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I went disc tray. Yes, I got the 4 and the Xbox both for Blu-ray,
Mhm.
and that's all I have. So if anything, well, did the one do Blu-ray?
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, yeah, I still have my Xbox One, don't I?
I just don't remember if the one did Blu-ray.
I am also unsure.
Let's see,
I think it
Xbox
does. I
One.
think it does HD DVD, the double layer disc. But I don't know if it did Blu-ray. I think that was still like a Sony lockdown thing until current generation.
Okay, yeah, one does Blu-ray according to what I'm seeing here.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, Xbox. If you have the Xbox One X, they say it's so-so, and does not support Dolby Vision. Only standard HDR.
Oh.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's the thing. Is like for a while they were still making like really good Blu-ray players. Every now and then you can find one at like a thrift store or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There was I think you showed me the TikTok of a guy going in and getting an old DVR from Goodwill, ripping that open and being like, "Hey, this has a 1 terabyte hard drive in it. I'm gonna wipe it and use it for my photos." And I'm like, "That's a really good fucking idea." Like to repurpose an old spinning hard drive just for data, not for games. You try not to use spinning data for games unless it's like Balatro or something a little baby that can be easily shuffled around. But big games like hell, even Helldivers at its lowest, I would still say no. Put that on your SSD. Put that on things that need to be a little bit quicker to load. Spinning
But if you're building, say, like a jellyfin,
Jellyfin,
you do your work on the SSD, you do your storage
on the
on
spinny.
the spinning.
That is, I concur, and
Yeah.
I am very curious on how you're going to build that. I would like to
Build,
build
build.
build.
I got a NAS, buddy.
I know that's
But,
a start of a build.
whoa, no, the fin's up and running.
Oh, it's all ready to go. You already have.
I mean, I'm not done, but
Then
but
would you
yeah,
say,
no.
then would you say you're building?
When you said build, I thought you were saying like me going and collecting hard drives and
Oh
building an ass on the ground.
no 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 no
Yeah.
no no.
No.
You could
Yeah.
you could start with one and it's still a build. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
there's
No. Yeah. I have a stack because I also have to be packing because I will be moving eventually. So I have a stack right now next to me that is probably a good 3 feet tall of movies that I have jellypinned at this point.
okay.
Now some of those are like an 8 pack, a 4 pack, a 2 pack, another 4 pack.
And and it I think moves over all of the special features you had mentioned, right?
So that's the thing. I could do a whole breakdown, and maybe I will on uh the show's channel or something at some point.
Mm,
You pull all that,
mhm.
but you have to be very organized with your labeling and your file builds and all that. You don't just copy. A jellyfin is not a copy of your DVD. You can copy your DVDs completely with menu and all that. That is not how a jellyfin works, and you're not going to be able to load anything or watch anything that way on jellyfin.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's more steps to it than that. I'll walk you through it at some point and show you all the ins and outs of it. But yeah, no, I'm doing it with my physical copies, and I've also did it with my audiobooks.
Okay. I'm actually
Yeah.
super keen to hear a couple of those audiobooks. But doop. Steam just keeps winning. Like, don't get me wrong, the Steam machine was a little lackluster, even though they've sold out twice now. But with the rise and quick fall of the Steam machine being lackluster but still selling out, they still said we're gonna keep doing good by our customers. They made gifting easy back in 2024 by being like, hey, you could just buy your friend a Steam gift card through digital means. You don't have to go to a store, purchase a thing, and hope that it works for people who live in a different country. Now they basically said, we are going to deal with the currency exchange because you're just going to buy that key, and just as long as it is on your friend's availability to be purchased, you can purchase it for them. However, they said, we're going to make it even easier than that. We're going to say you can now gift it to a person's email. You're just going to fucking send it off to a person's email that you know. Don't send them to random people.
I mean, you can send random people if you want, but that's just weird.
Yeah, it's just weird. But you can send them through email, just as long as you know the person's email that they can attach it to that Steam account, and then they can claim it to, let's say it is a different email, then they can just straight up add it to their account as a Steam key, but with a little extra I don't want to say features, extra steps. And I'm like, okay, and if it isn't claimed in 30 days, it will be automatically refunded. So if you're feeling like that gift isn't being seen, good news. But as I said, cross-region gifting. Now, if the person has a different cost, it'll translate it to the best of its ability. So if it's like 20 USD my price, but like $21 Socks's price, it'll convert it to their price if they wanted to gift it to me.
It'll help with Canadian because I'm not gonna try to do that fucking figure out.
Yeah, Canadian, heck, any country is a little weirder than what we've got when our money's doing some weird waves
Well,
right
I mean
now.
that's the thing is like generally you can look it up and whatnot and go, okay, you know, the Canada one breaks my brain, dude. Like when I'm looking at the back of a book, I'm like, how does this make sense?
There's a lot of weird numbers. When I was looking at Australia versus New Zealand, they do such weird waves from time to time. Like there's times where when I was playing League, I was doing it on the Oceania account, so I could purchase skins through using New Zealand dollars, and I would get like a 30% discount because of the rate exchange. And I was like, huh, that's interesting. Okay. And then I would like kind of go in, purchase a lot of uh different skins for very inexpensive. And I was like, okay, can I do that with Steam? No, could not do it with Steam. Steam would not allow me to do anything of the sort. So I was
It
like,
will
that,
also be interesting to see the licensing changes because, like you said, it has to be available to them because that's something that we run into quite often. With like, if I'm buying audiobooks, a lot of times I'll see one, like I'll do like a not a Google search anymore because they've ruined it, but you know what I mean. I'll do like a web search, and it'll be like, oh, hey, yeah, it's on Audible. Oh, freaking sweet! And I go on there. Oh no, see, because it's on Audible UK, so you
yeah,
can't do it.
yeah. Well, you just say that, but however, they have opened up a lot of restrictions. There are still a few restrictions, such as you can't buy World at War in Germany for obvious reasons, but there are still restrictions out there. But those have been a few have been lifted. A few have been kind of stretched out, where now you can
Right.
purchase straight from a person's wish list. So that way you can now, if it is determined by their wish list that they can purchase this game, you can now just gift it straight from that.
Hmm.
So I actually really like this. There are going to be even more things such as digital gift wrap, so that way your friend can actually physically open their gift via a
That's
digital
cute.
way.
I like that.
There,
That's fun.
there's also mumbles that they're going to be doing bundle sales, so that way if you're purchasing a bunch from either a developer or a certain publisher, like if you're buying a whole bunch of Resident Evil games for a person who's never played Resident Evil games, it may give like a 10%, 15% total discount when you're purchasing a lot of them. There's mumbles, but I am very curious to see where this is going to go, just because Steam likes to do a lot of good by their customers that have been with them since the beginning, like me, where I have been shoveling money into them and they just have supported me. I've returned 6 games from them, 2 of which were beyond the 2 week limit slash the 20-hour minimum. Like you can only play up to 20 hours before you can return it. After the 20th hour, you can no longer return it. There are 2 games that they have allowed me to return beyond that means, just because they were like, yeah, sure, that's fine, and just kind of waved it
But
off.
don't make a habit out of it.
No, of course not. Of course not. But just the fact that they're like, you have a reason why you don't want this game anymore. I understand. We're gonna return that. And I Steam does good with customer service. I've talked to humans. I've not talked to robots. That's the other thing.
Human?
Human. Badoop. I'm just gonna mumble about it. I think starting tomorrow night at going into Friday morning at midnight, Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, the Arxis fighting game where you can play as a bunch of really cool designed Marvel characters, is going to be in a open beta, and I'm gonna be crawling into it. I bought a fight stick, might as well get the use out of it. It's only gonna be available for 3 whole days, so I'm gonna try and get as much playtime as I can. I'm excited. I have not been excited for a fighting game in a short time, and I'm glad that this one has kind of resparked the want for a fighting game. But we talked about it about a year ago, and I tried to get into it just to take a look, just because the Chinese devs over at Animo, Aniimo, have worked texture mapping to its finest and made this game look pretty damn fun. As a Pokemon clone where you can turn into the Pokemon, and they have events already going on, the open or the closed beta that is on right now, the network test where a lot of people are climbing into it and having a lot of fun.
When it
18
says Google Play, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say when it says Google Plays, that's like Android, right?
That is correct. It is
Okay,
available
just making
on PS5, Xbox,
mobile.
Steam, mobile, and the Epic Game Store.
Gotcha.
18,731,500 people have pre-registered for this. And I was like, holy shit. This thing's going to be popular. I was scratching my head and I was watching a few people play this game already. And if more people do the pre-registration, you get some limited edition items for being a part of the pre-registration. I was like, okay, that's kind of neat. Um, it showcased all of the new creatures you'll be able to capture and work alongside of. They have different forms. There's just it looks like they put a lot of effort into this. It isn't like another Power Worlds. They kind of look similar. No, these actually have like different forms, different strengths, areas that they're found in. Effort, and I was like, okay, I'm hoping that I get in. I did not get in. I did not get a chance to get into it. But they said that they're allowing more and more to come in. Hopefully by the 30th, everybody who has been decided will be in, and for the first week of August, they will be able to play. I hope I get to check it out. But they don't even have a time for their actual drop, and I believe this is going to be a free to play, which is another head scratcher. I don't know where their money making is going to be if it isn't going to be a gotcha ish style game. Hmm. Let's get into some weird news. So, I like friend slop games. Games where you can.
I don't like that it's called that. Like, I
Really?
know it's not your term. I just because we use the slop thing for like microslop and AI slop.
Okay.
It's
Well,
it's got a negative connotation, and I don't think these friend slap games are negative. People are like, well, people play them for a couple months and they move on. Okay, they had a couple months of a couple months of fun with their friends, and an indie developer got to make some money. Fuck off.
yeah, and it's only like $8 right now, so
Yeah, they're normally pretty cheap.
yeah. But I mean, to be fair, and I'm going to scroll down on this video, it even calls itself a friend slop game. So, I mean, if they're using the reference in their trailer,
Well, yeah, because it's like become the genre name now.
yeah. And they even have a few indie game highlights, such as Peak made a reference there, and then they're going to get booted off the airplane. The game is called Dear Passengers, where you have a bunch of passengers you're trying to take care
Oh
of,
yeah, I saw the thing for this.
and it can get hectic. There are gnomes that are trying to pull people off the plane, and there's a whole bunch of other indie highlights. Repo, RV there yet, Mecha Chameleon. There's a lot of references that are already in, but there are a lot of game modes that are already available for Dear Passengers. And I'm not gonna lie, it looks hectic and fun, and I would be inclined to climb into it with a bunch of friends that would hopefully know what they're doing. Probably not though. Now let's get into some slop. So 2XKO from Riot didn't do so well, but it still looked good. Still had hand-drawn animations. Still was alright. Warner Brothers said, we can try that, right? Like, we already did that with DC versus Mortal Kombat, Injustice, the new Mortal Kombat. We need to bring back DC. We need to bring back DC real quick. How are we going to do that? Well, we can try another
And
fighting
not
game.
having gotten rid of the previous fighting game.
No. That wasn't selling. That wasn't making any money.
Well, it was free. It's kind of hard for it to make money.
Oh well, that's
And
their.
and when you shut it down with no warning for like 2 years and then just relaunch it all of a sudden,
That is true.
that was the dumbest part of that. I was like, what did you? What? Whose idea was that? Who approved this?
Well, I'm curious on who approved DCKO, a Warner Brothers interactive fighting game that does not look quite up to snuff for me.
The name could have been worse.
The name could have been worse. Like the fact that they stole 2XKO's thing with DCKO, I was like,
They This looks like a mobile game.
See, it looks a little 720p on a 4K monitor. It doesn't look precisely good.
I the kids would nowadays say, this looks like a PlayStation 2 game. Clearly, having never played a PlayStation 2 game.
It does kind of look like a PlayStation 2 game.
No, it doesn't. This looks better than a PlayStation 2 game, but it looks like a modern day mobile game.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that part. But the fact that I did see some Doomsday, some Bane, I saw some other characters kind of floating in there. Constantine was in there.
I was say I got Constantine, which is like he doesn't get used much.
He doesn't. Yeah, it seems fine, but it seems that it's going to be a free to play again. It already has a pre-registration. Go to playdcko.com. What?
We're taking a quick break. Oh, it's the ad break.
Oh yeah, I asked Stream Elements to let me know when we're on ad break because the chat doesn't do that anymore, which is a bit odd. But I'm glad that I have my little announcement thing that I Stream Elements. Thank you for coming back in a strong way. Please bring back sponsors. But I am not gonna be signing up for this. This is farthest from my list.
Yeah, DCK not looking great.
Let's yell at Sony for a minute. So, we talked about the Sony petition to develop Destiny 3 a couple months ago. As of 3 days ago, it has reached over 400,000 signatures, making it the #1 gaming petition to be on change.org right now. I would like Destiny 3, but I fear that Sony is not in the mood to be doing any of these decisions right now.
They're busy, defending their disc thing by having, a bunch of bots out there. Not saying that they made the bots, but by having a bunch of bots out there, defending getting rid of discs.
I just don't know anyone of the right mind that would defend Sony in their decision to do that.
To be fair, I don't really know people in their right mind.
That is true. That's why we're here.
Exhibit A, Exhibit B, Exhibit C.
Exhibit D's nuts. The petition definitely has gained a lot more traction from a lot of video comments. Not just, 10, 20, over 6,000 video comments of people stating their infatuation with Destiny 1, Destiny 2, the friendships that they've had, the relationships that they've sparked, the fun that they've had, the raids that have really truly inspired them to continue what they were doing, the fact that they're still playing these games. Sony, you gotta open up your ears, guys, because there is a lot of people wanting this, and they're wanting it bad.
Have they ever listened? Look at the fucking Morbius movie.
It's Morbin time.
And I know that's a different part of Sony, but it's an example. Like, it's just how many times did we release The Last of Us? Like, what happened with Bethesda? They had to be screamed at by the new Xbox head.
Yeah.
We don't actually know that she screamed. We're just all kind of figuring she probably did.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's the only way we get through to Todd now.
Yeah. I'm very frustrated with how Bungie was being handled. I believe as of Friday or Saturday of last week, one of the head developers of Marathon had stepped away from Bungie as well. A couple days before the PvE mode in Marathon was to drop. And, I mean, it doubled the numbers. It went from, like, about 8,000 PC players to around 14,000 PC players. I don't know what the PlayStation numbers look like, but I can guarantee you it's way higher. But
How many active players do you think something like, I don't know, Team Fortress 2 still has?
I looked that up not too long ago. I think it had like 30 something K. Like,
And that game's been out for how long?
16 years, 17 years.
Interesting.
No, longer than that now, thinking. Because I was playing it before I joined my retail job. But yeah. What was that one saying? If you build it, they will come? Like, Sony, you have... The writing is
They're not.
on the wall in bold fucking
Look,
letters.
I mean, they're caring about. They're doing AI crap. They're getting rid of discs, and they're not gonna listen.
I don't understand them, but they did one okay thing. They did say that their new Vizio TVs that came out 2 years ago is going to drop in price by December. So at least their $300 TVs should be about 180, 190 by the time it hits holiday season. So if you're looking for a
Yeah, then
really
they're gonna kill support on them afterwards.
these are their dumb TVs. They don't have online support. So I mean,
Didn't realize they even made dumb TVs.
mhm. Yeah, these are the ones that you're supposed to tie in with your PS5, and it's supposed to be perfect compatibility between them. But I mean they're good nonetheless. They run 4K, 240 hertz. I believe it handles HDR10 plus. Don't quote me on that. I know it does HDR10, but I don't know if it does 10 plus. It handles HDMI 2.1. It can handle a really nice sound bar. It's got a lot of really good features, and for only $180 for I think a 50-inch, either 50 or 55-inch for under $200 in this day and age. It ain't too terrible.
I went stupid big the last time I bought a TV. I was like, if I'm gonna spend the money,
That is
might
fair.
as well get a tan every time I turn the TV on.
I mean, yeah, might as well. If you're gonna get if you're gonna play, what is it, Counter Strike, and you get flashbanged, yeah, get that nice little coating of the bubbles forming on the top of your skin.
Neighbors just think that I'm getting freaking neuralized by the MIB.
Beep. And then you get that sound bar where that flashbang sounds like it's really there. Ah, but enough about beating up Sony and trying to understand where they are in this day
We
and
aren't
age.
beating them up. They're beating them up.
Yeah, they have stubs and they're trying to find something to shoot. Like, I don't get it. I guess it's time for But-up Shoe News. We talked about Pokemon and Pumas before, but we haven't talked about their limited edition ones featuring Pikachu. And the price tag for it, $300.
A lot of money for a pair of shoes that's gonna um,
Probably get scuffed.
show every bit of mud that you step into.
Yeah, because these are bright yellow with the black streak that goes along the side.
They look good
They look
for a
great.
yellow shoe.
Yeah. They are limited, as mentioned, a limited press, $300. They have the nice see-through bottom with like lightning cracks of black. It looks good. It's a part of their Puma Suede series, so you have that nice fabric-ish covering the front of the shoe all the way back. It looks like it has the time and effort placed into it, but yeah, if I were to wear these for even 0.5 seconds, it's immediately getting dirty. And $300 seems like a lot. If it was like 100, I would still be like, that's a little much, but that's a little better. But I guess because it's a limited launch, it is only going to be in Brooklyn, New York, at a certain number of hours from like noon to 8 on 101 Union Street in Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah, that is definitely limiting it.
Yeah. Like, they want to make sure that these will be very limited. Apparently, you can also see if you can get it online for that temporary time. The only downside is the shipping is going to be like $30 because Puma does not like shipping things, apparently. But you know who likes shipping things at reasonable cost? Converse. If you had told me Dragon Ball Z was going to have a collaboration with any
I
shoe
did tell
company,
you.
I know. Well, before that, if you had mentioned that Dragon Ball Z was going to get a shoe collaboration, I would have been like, yeah, but who could do it right? Like, we've seen Crocs do it, and it was like, that makes sense, but but Converse, they did it okay. I would have to
I mean,
admit,
it gives you a lot of canvas to work with.
it does. The first ones we see here is Goten and Trunks doing their fusion dance, one on each shoe, and I'm like, that's actually pretty good. Gets a thumbs up from me. Then further down, you got the perfect shoe, also known as Perfect Cell. Frieza's looks a little good. The only downside is I can see that purple on the front and the tongue have that like holographic. So it's got me kind of going, I don't want my shoe shining like that. But
Or it's not the shine for me, it's the material's gonna crack.
that too. But I will admit it does suit the character. Aside from that, you of course got Vegeta with the Scouter, the original armor looking. I was like, this one would probably be the shoe that I would get if I were to get any of them. I do like the little Scouter charm that's on the front. Um, the Shenron Dragon, a nice little runner-up. I would admit it does look very good. I like how they like have Shenron kind of weaving. I would prefer if he was like a part of the shoelaces and then kind of dancing
That'd be
around.
cool.
But it still looks good. Still looks great. And then of course you got OG Goku with his Geese logo on the side, the 4-star Dragon Ball because that's the one that his adopted father Goten or Gohan, yeah, Gohan gave to him, and then I was like, okay, this looks classic Goku. I like that. I'm appreciative of all the shoes. The one I'm not appreciative of, and I showed it to a friend who likes Dragon Ball. Is these ones here. I'm gonna wait for the chat to catch up a little bit. Tell me that does not look like Patrick Star.
Where's the leak, ma'am?
Like it looks a
Yeah,
little
the Majin Buu ones definitely look like Patrick Star.
Have you tried setting it to Wumbo? But I will
Wait for
admit
you to come home.
I do really like the whole entire shoe of it, the Majin symbol on the back. I really like it as far as, but the tongue is the only thing that makes me go. It looks a little goofy, but I like it.
Is the soul someone turned into a cookie?
Oh, that would actually have been a good idea, but I don't think the soul. Oh no, nope. The soul is just a regular soul.
Lame.
It would have been nice to have seen like a Goku shaped cookie when he ate him. That would have been a good idea. But otherwise, this is a good collaboration, and that's very
So to be clear, I've never watched all of Dragon Ball Z. I caught it sporadically in random bits and pieces on like Toonami and whatnot.
Mhm.
So the first time I see Mahjong, he is turning someone into a cookie and eating them. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, Toriyama had a bit of a weird phase where he was like, I want power scaling to not matter anymore. And then he was like, ooh, actually I want power scaling to matter a lot. After this arc, we're going back. And then that's when GT came out and he was like,
Well,
start
GT's not his.
no, well, that's when he was like, never mind, I don't want power scaling to happen. I just want a good shonen to start up again. And that's when Daima started up.
I don't like the time travel one.
Yeah. Well,
The one with the one with is
Future
it Krillin
Trunks?
or is it Trunks? If
Future
it's
Trunks.
Trunks, okay, yeah, Trunks, yeah, future Trunks. I don't like the time travel they use. It's the same time travel that they use for Endgame. It's boring time travel. It's safe time travel. I feel like that's time travel for people that don't want to have to think about the consequences of their time travel.
This is for Gohan. Yeah, but it also kind of does the ideology of my timeline's already fucked. I want to make sure your timeline isn't gonna get fucked. But
Yeah, but it doesn't feel like time travel. It feels like dimension hopping.
it does feel a little dimension hoppy. But back to the shoes. They will be dropping tomorrow. Kid sizes are going to be $55. The regular heroes are going to be $80, and the Shenron and Cell. Hang on, I got the list up here. $100 for Frieza, Vegeta, Cell, Goku. $80 for the Buu and Fusion. And the kid sizes are all $55, and there is going to be additional clothes that were not available here, and I even looked on the website. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to see them, and I'll probably put them up on my Twitter/Instagram to follow up on that. But that's the only thing that is on the website is the Shenron shoe. That's it.
I mean, it's very possibly the only shoe you need.
And last but not least, I did say there was Crocs. I was never a big fan of Ninjago, but I was aware of it. And
It was definitely after my time.
yeah, way after. It's just I'm aware of it. I do acknowledge that this was kind of popular. It was almost as popular as Bionicle, as far as Lego sets, from what I could tell. And then like the cartoon was like really popular. Like even people like 20-ish were watching it and being like, this is pretty good storytelling. I'm like, it's a Lego show. How could it have that much of an impactful story? But apparently it's 15 years old. I didn't know Ninjago was that old. But they are starting off with the green guy. I don't know. Your guess is mine if I could tell you who the heck that is.
Yeah, I have no idea who any of them are.
But they said if this is the start, um, hopefully this is the start of something good because they're gonna introduce all 6 of the nearly 600 toy sets, 280 TV episodes across 2 shows, a movie, and a handful of specials. What the?
What? It's a franchise. That there is a franchise.
That is a franchise. But yeah, here we go. 6 elemental masters: Kai, Lloyd, Zane, Naya, Jay, and Cole. And each one will feature a 15th anniversary charm gibbet with each of them. This is just the first of the many. I don't like the one that has the giant Lego head on the front, though. I don't mind the one that has their clothing on it and the little Lego figure. But as you say,
The giant heads almost hide the holes, which is nice, but the rest of the shoe still looks like a croc.
it's a crock. It's a crock. But I like Magic the Gathering. I like Magic the Gathering a lot. It's gotten a lot of interesting feedback from the recent Marvel drop that happened a week and a half ago. MagicCon just happened in Amsterdam, and a lot of interesting things kind of bubbled up to the surface, such as a new secret layer, Stardew Valley. I'm not too big of a fan of Stardew Valley, but as far as cards that are very well inspired, it gets a pass. It gets a very, very good pass.
I very lightly had anything to do with Stardew Valley. It's just not one that I gave a shot on. I played Disney Dreamlight Valley.
Yeah, I would say they're kind of different because this one has
Yes, Dreamlight Valley has the perfect cast, which just makes it better.
that too. That too. I don't know if you can perfect cast in this, but Concerned Ape, the artist behind Stardew Valley, did the original Welcome to Stardew Valley art for the cards. I was like, okay, at least you have the artist doing the art for the cards, okay. And then you go down and you have guest artists doing some really good art for all of the I guess I'll call them proxies, such as Fountain Port, Homeward Path, Command Tower, and Cradle of Growth. And I'm like, okay, some specialty lands, Arcane Signet, that looks really cool.
Yeah, that's all above me. I don't understand any of it.
Yeah. Magic the Gathering is basically read the card, you understand the card. If there's something that's a little weird and has like extra errata, like dash or ninjutsu or what the fuck's that one? Flash. Yeah, then it gets into the errata where you gotta look up how to play those cards. But read the card, you'll understand the card. I like that kind of mentality.
I'm gonna say, got any 3s? Go fish.
I got 3 mana, tap. Chat says Stardew Valley just never hit that spot for me. I love Rune Factory. Harvest Moon was kind of up there too. The one that came after Harvest Moon, I don't remember what that one's called. But yeah, Harvest Moon was kind of like I get it, but Rune Factory, that was fun.
That was Harvest Moon was another one I remember seeing on like the Wii and stuff. It's another one that I just never grabbed.
Yeah. And like as usual with the almost all Secret Layers has a Soul Ring equivalent popped in there, so at least we're continuing the stream of Soul Rings. I just gotta say, looks good. It sucks that they're all the very heavy price tag. $30 for the non-foil, $40 for the foil, or if you want the original arts, $40 for the non-foil and $50 for the foil.
And it's still better than spending 100 for it so you can finish the game.
Yeah, and I mean $100 if you want all three in the non-foil version, which is hey, you save a little bit of money, but ow, ow, ow. Badoop. Just gonna briefly go over. They sent out the last two trailers, one for Spider-Man: Brand New Day and Avengers: Doomsday, and as Quincy said, they often give a little bit too much.
They really have. They've gotten real bad. It's not just a Disney thing. This is not one of those let's just hate on Disney things. It's trailers in general. They just give so much of the movie away.
Back over to chat real quick. Story of Seasons. Thank you. But yeah, when I watched this last Brand New Day trailer, the final trailer before the 31st? Yeah, July 31st release date.
Yeah.
Yeah, it showed me a lot. And it showed me something I there was a bit of me that just wanted to message you it, but I'm like, nope. I'm gonna let you watch this movie and enjoy it. I think you're gonna enjoy what Brand New Day is going to bring, at least to what I can tell you. I hope that it doesn't disappoint you because you're a huge Spider-Man fan.
That's the thing. With what I know and the few things I've gotten, I think I'm already getting spoiled just because I know the stories, and so I'm really I haven't watched the Doomsday trailer either. Like I'm very much gonna try to go into these and just experience the movies because I know so much of a lot of the comics and the way the trailers are done. I'm hoping I'm gonna like it, and what I've seen I like. It's just like to try to have any surprise, like they're doing that storyline, Like it's big spoilers for Amazing Spider-Man 2. Everybody, big spoilers. Get ready to pull your ears right now. I didn't think they were gonna take out Gwen that quick.
Yeah.
So when that scene happened, I was edging my seat in the theater.
Yeah. I mean,
but nowadays they would hint towards something that big in the freaking marketing and ruin the whole thing.
You are correct. And I mean, the way I saw it, I got spoiled on it, and it was Gwen Stefani giving me the spoiler.
Wow.
You know what I'm talking about?
I don't think so. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But watching the Brand New Day
Disgusting.
trailer did add a little bit of context for the little tiny tidbits in my little tiny pea brain that made me go, I think Quincy will like this. I hope that he isn't disappointed. A few of the characters that obviously we've already seen, such as Scorpion on screen, looks great. Looks fan-fucking-tastic. I'm just excited overall. Heading over to the Avengers Doomsday, I'm a little less enthusiastic for it.
I haven't watched it. I think I'm going to try to go into this one completely blind.
Precast, I had mumbled that if this isn't 3 hours long, I don't know what the fuck this is going to be about.
It's the Russos. It's going to be 3 hours long.
Right. And I'm just like, when we did the back-to-back with Miss Marvel and or Captain Marvel and Endgame, that was a lot. That was
Was it Endgame? Yeah, it was Endgame.
It was either Endgame or Infinity War.
It was Endgame. Endgame.
It was a lot. It was a lot of a lot.
But to be fair, that was 2 movies, and one of those was over 3 hours.
Yes.
So, doing just Doomsday at 3 hours, it's a lot different. It doesn't look like they've dropped the runtime yet.
Okay. Well, yeah, we
wait,
still have
hold
until
on.
December. Yeah, we still have until December. It's probably still on the cutting room floor.
Let's see. There's an early rollout that suggested 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Okay. I mean, I'm still very curious on what this is going to be about. A little bit of a spoiler for Multiverse of Madness. Have you seen that one?
Yeah, I saw that one in theaters.
Okay. A little bit of a spoiler for Multiverse of Madness, but it's still kind of like my theory crafting. If they had Doom as a part of like just a, not even a cameo, just a, sorry, Doom couldn't make it during like the Illuminati scene, I would have been like, oh, okay. At least, he's
Well,
prevalent there.
remember, he wasn't the original plan. The original plan was,
King.
yeah, King the Conqueror, and then the shit
Oh.
went down with the actor, and so they scrapped that whole thing. That's why he's Kang. That's why there's he's He Who Remains, and he's the third one because they combined He Who Remains with someone else. And he's like all of those characters.
Yeah. There
And I
is.
think that they're using Doom because Kang's a Fantastic Fourth guy because he's Reed Richards' son and all of that in the comics. So I think them using Doom is very much the we had to pivot, but we don't want to lose too much of the story that we had already started to work with.
Yeah. Okay. That makes a little more sense then. I, s- I still would have liked to have a little bit of something that was Doom related in even in mention down the line, not just have him kind of, I don't want to say shoehorned, but we got nothing of Doom up until now, aside from the original Fantastic Four movie back in what 2003.
Well, he was in both the original Fantastic Four. Well, not original, but that Fantastic Four movie and its sequel.
Right. Okay. Then even still, a long time ago, before the MCU became the MCU. I don't know. there's just there's just a lot that they put in this trailer that made me go, what is the plot? Are we losing the
Also,
plot?
I also keep getting told that I really need to watch season 2 of Loki for
Yes.
me to stop being annoyed with things and start understanding more things because I have yet to watch season 2 of Loki.
I recommend it.
I'm gonna watch everything. I just gotta stop being so fucking busy.
That's true. But yeah, there's a thing at the end of this trailer that made me go, why?
Flying monkeys with yo-yos.
Kind of. It would have been more plausible. But
Well, you got to remember with multiple dimensions, anything's plausible. Remember, there's an entire dimension where everything is paint.
yeah, and Legos. There's an entire dimension of all Legos.
Well, the Legos one of these is fun.
Yeah, everything can be repaired. Heading over to snacks and the finale of our wonderful illustrious show that's a little bit shorter. We're gonna kind of keep it short today. Have a fucking hemorrhage at Sony about halfway through. Totino's Ultimate Pizza, the chicken bacon ranch and the Mexican style uh, single serve pizzas. I'm not gonna lie, I could kill a Totino's pizza like any day of the week. They were just there to throw them in the microwave, let them cook. Fucking roll them up into like a halfway calzone and just scrump.
It's just are these like squares of pizza?
Yep, you cook them up, and you're not supposed to microwave them, but I do.
I don't really like microwaved pizza, anyways. Like I prefer to cook them. Like I've got a toaster oven, and that's really good at getting the pizzas.
Funny enough, Totino's doesn't have that problem. Like
Hmm.
with other pizzas, yeah, sure, you gotta do something with it to make it perfect. I just throw the Totino's in there, comes out pretty fucking good. I roll it up, as said, just kind of stromp on it. Fantastic. I would love to try the chicken bacon ranch just because it seems like it's a white sauce instead of their tomato
You're a
sauce.
white sauce.
I mean, you are too. Shut up.
Well, they 3/4 of me.
Yeah, true. But last week we talked about their pizza rolls. So Totino's is really on the go for new product. Um, I ain't that mad. Ba-doop. Okay, time to rub the belly. Time to rub the belly. They already have the Reese's Big Cup, but they now have Reese's Jumbo Cup sitting at a 2.8 ounces, 79 grams. To put it in perspective, two regular sized cups is 41 grams.
It looks like it's gonna be too chunky. Like
I like them big.
it's
I like them chunky.
like I feel like it's not gonna be a smooth peanut butter. It's like this should be a smooth peanut butter.
I'm willing to give it a shot. It is on sale over at I believe it is Circle K for $2. You know,
Don't tell me this. There's a Circle K within like walking distance of my house. Don't
go.
tell me
I
this.
mean, give it a shot.
No, no, don't tell me this.
Oh my God! Look how big it is. The hand for scale. Look at that. Yeah, regular cup there, jumbo cup there. It doesn't look that bad.
What's with
Uh,
the weird hole on top? You guys gonna get a better looking one for this photo?
yeah,
Look how
yeah,
thick the chocolate on top is versus the chocolate on the bottom. The ratio's all off. This isn't gonna be work. This is gonna be right.
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna still try it. Hmm.
We got an ad.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably end up trying it. It's been stupid good is both their animal crackers
I
and their pretzels.
we just saw them very recently at
Yeah,
7-Eleven. The only downside is it was like $6 for a very small bag, and we were like,
they sell them at Costco.
Mhm. For
Yeah,
inexpensive or
I mean, I feel like that's one of those ones that's never gonna be quite the price you want it to be, but it's a pretty decent bag. So
fair enough, fair enough. Um, I mean, I would. I've also seen a bunch of like already pre-popped popcorn in the bag, and those are just going for astronomical prices for no reason. I'm like, you guys pop this in a fucking factory, use air poppers, and just throw it all into a bag. Use their little seasoning or whatever the hell they put in there, shake it up, and sell it. Like that is just so weird that there is not really quality control versus price. Like it's easier to make popcorn than it is a Reese's peanut butter cup. I don't know.
chat says, listen at this point, just make a 50-gallon bucket of Reese's. We can all have a sugar crash at once. That's one of the problems too. Is like um, they sell the peanut butter, or they used to sell the peanut butter, and
They do.
that also didn't taste the same. Like it's just weird.
It's a yeah. It's the special. It's the Hershey's chocolate with the Reese's peanut butter. That's what makes it. It. The only side thing is the fact that it's a little bit more creamier, but Reese's Pieces has a much more creamier peanut butter. But they're good. They
Yeah,
both
but
are good.
they've got an odd taste though.
They do.
Like I don't think they're bad, but there's something off about them. They don't taste like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it.
I want one. $2 over at Circle K. Badoop. Heading over to Domino's. I haven't had Domino's in a very long while, but this might be it. You might be saying, "Oh, hey, it looks like one of their lava cakes." You are correct. It is their s'mores lava cake, featuring chocolate chips and a ooey gooey marshmallow icing. Hmm. They didn't take very good photos of this.
Some of these photos have been really bad about some of these. Like the Reese's Pieces thing, or not the Reese's Pieces, the Reese's Big Cup had like a hole in the top and stuff. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. That I think is just quality control, but I mean, as far as taking the photos, but it does look good. It does look really good. I don't think that I'm going to be ordering Domino's anytime soon, but I love s'mores. I love s'mores. I wish I could make some
Oh,
s'mores. Wilford Brimley is turning in his grave. Diabetes.
diabetes.
Badoop. Better Goods is a healthier alternative to certain things, but for some, they just say we like using, you know, better ingredients, such as these oven baked jumbo size chocolatey fudge stuffed chocolate chip cookies.
That's a mouthful.
That is a mouthful. You get 4 cookies in this package, and they do showcase that it is the cookie dough with the fudge on the inside, and you throw it in there, and it makes a pretty dang good looking cookie. And then when you split it in half, oh, it's got fudge. Uh, they need to quit making these types of snacks. Like I get like popcorners as far as like chips, just because it's a lot healthier for you. I can have 2 handfuls of them and be like, okay, I didn't intake a lot of sodium. I didn't intake a lot of, carbs. It's all medium. It's fine. It's good. But then there's shit like this where I'm like, I can't have one. I
Just the
have
whole bag.
I oh wait, are they made with eggs? Hold on, can you eat this raw?
Well, technically, you can eat eggs raw. You just probably shouldn't.
Shouldn't. Yeah. But as far as baked cookies, they don't look half bad. I would probably eat 2 of them before being like, I can't do anymore.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
It came back. The stream was freezing for a second.
Oh, okay. But yeah, no. But it,
We've
so
inspired the chat to go look for their sweet treats in their homes.
oh my god. We bought chocolate covered gummy bears. And I've just been taking like one every other like moment, and I keep eyeballing it, and I'm like, no, 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 I have to retain goodness. I have to be
I have
somewhat good.
no snacks up here at all. I have very limited snacks downstairs.
That's no good.
I've kept my 12 pounds off though, so
That is true. As for me, I think I'm retaining neutrality. Either tomorrow or day after, I'm gonna, pick back up on swimming. We are doing swimming every week, once a week until summer ends. It's just really hard.
yeah, you were gone for a second there, but I got the general idea what you were saying.
Yay! um, Heading over to Sour Punch. Getting early like launches of a lot of Halloween candy. Uh, we're gonna start off with a very interesting one called Midnight Mystery Blood Orange Bats and Pumpkins. I am curious to know what the Midnight Mystery Bats are, because I think it's 2 separate flavors, right? Midnight Mystery and Blood Orange, right? Or are they coinciding?
I completely lost you again. I have no idea what you said.
Is it Midnight Mystery and Blood Orange, or is it both Midnight Mystery Blood Orange?
So the thing I saw, the bag says Midnight Mystery Blood Orange, but then when you were looking at them, it shows the pumpkins and it says Blood Orange Pumpkins, and it shows the bats and it says Midnight Mystery.
Okay, so it's 2 flavors. Okay, that's cool then. But yeah, I love sour candy. I prefer Sour Punch over Sour Patch. Warheads are kind of thrown in there. I'll have one, but they
They're
tore
not
up
as
my.
good as they used to be.
They're not. They. I used to destroy my tongue over how many I would devour. Um, but yeah, I could probably demolish a bag of these in a sitting if I were left unchecked. Even they say soft, chewy, totally addictive. You guys need to not do that. Don't do that. But you can order them through AmericanLicorice.com, the American Licorice Company. They have a lot of different types of candies. You can even get them in 6 packs, like one of the blister cell boxes. So you just remove the top and you can sell them if you want to sell them. Kind of funny, but you get you one for three. Wait a minute, 349, 7, 14, 21. Yeah, you save a little bit of money by buying the 6 pack. Hmm, an idea.
Losing you every couple of seconds.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me take a look at the wavelength.
I think it's my internet. There's something going on with it because the stream keeps stuttering too.
Okay. Then good news, we're on the last thing anyways. But it uh so over in Rowland Heights, which I believe is California.
I don't know.
Oh. Even still, a very interesting tea house called Thirsty Waters, starting on the 11th all the way until the end of September. They are having a Persona 4 30th anniversary collaboration. And I gotta say, this is a pretty dang good Persona collaboration with, I believe almost all the Personas are here, including 2, 4, 5. Yeah, almost all the Personas are here. They have key straps, mini albums, tote bags, t-shirts. They mentioned that they're going to have hoodies and other various things introduced to it. So if you happen to be out in California and want to take a look at the Persona stuff, if you're a huge fan of Persona, that is, go and take a look. Badoop. That is all that I have for today.
That's all I got.
All right, clap hands together. Thank you guys for joining us. Remember to like and subscribe where you can. Remember to check the links down in the description for a good old Humble Bundle. Help out charity while getting some really cool stuff. Go and check out our Throne if you happen to want to throw a Back to the Future Lego set at Quincy,
Don't
or
don't throw things.
no, throw it at him.
No,
I've added a bunch of other really interesting things, a couple records, and some other cool stuff that Quincy I think would like.
I'm very
Uh,
fragile.
You're fine. You ate a hot chip and acted like nothing until the very end. You'll be fine. You're
I had
stronger
to
than
get up
that.
and lay down several times during that. What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, after. Check out the Quincy at his threads. Check me out on my Insta and Twitcher if you happen to want to follow us on either one of those. Uh, Chat says just don't step on Legos barefoot. Yeah, never mind. I take that all back. Nobody's strong enough to do that. There was a person who walked on Legos for like 8 months straight. Like a whole bed of Legos, just continued to walk back and forth over them and built up calluses on their feet to walk over hot coals. And when they started walking over the hot coals, they were like, I would rather step on the Legos because they at least have texture. I'm like, you're stepping on hot coals. How?
That whole thing just sounds insane. Why would any?
I don't know. Back over to this. Head over to Hero Forge if you happen to want to buy some characters for your live games. While also maybe even getting some STL packs for if you have a 3D printer. I believe $5.99 gets you a whole slew of different character types or creatures. Head over to Zenny if you want to get some very inexpensive glasses. No deals right now, just the buy $49, get free shipping. That's not too terrible. They did mumble that there was going to be a sale after this month for, I believe, their collector stuff. 30% off after July. So next podcast, I'll mention that. That's about it. At the end of days, at the end of weeks, at the end of months, at the end of years, please love one another. It is certainly free to do. Good night, everybody.
Everyone.
Man, I've run out of air like 4 times.